Tonight, something new is unfolding in the sky, a mystery that's just as strange as Three Eye Atlas, but maybe even bigger. My name is New Michio, and you're watching Beyond Parallax, where we chase the stories the whole world watches, but nobody can quite explain. What you're about to hear is happening in real time. Urgent notices went out to international space agencies last night. The Minor Planet Center activated its deep sky alert for an unidentified object seen near Uranus orbit, moving on an impossible arc. Its speed, brightness, and chemical markers all point to an interstellar origin. But the most unsettling part? As the hours pass, global telescopes are seeing erratic signals and multiple smaller objects clustering nearby, just as we saw in Three Eye Atlas and Oumuamua before it. The world's best observatories, Gemini North, Hubble, VLT in Chile, the Russian VTA telescope, are all locked in. The early images show a pale emerald glow and swirling cloud structures, but the tail positions don't match any known comet. They flicker and bend, sometimes streaming straight toward the sun, sometimes wrapping into perfect circles, sometimes splitting into multiple strands. One European astronomer called it a ballet of green fog. That's how weird this is. Reports from Gemini North last night hint at clusters, at least five distinct points of light, dispersed along the helper object. Is this a fragmented interstellar package, a collection of probes, or an accidental cluster? The science team at the International Asteroid Warning Network pushed a request for emergency data sharing, bypassing months-long bureaucracy. They're finding the new object is dropping mass as it moves. One amateur called Night Monkey posted a time-lapse animation showing each fragment pulsing and vanishing, then returning again. All the patterns match prime numbers. Every hour brings a new twist. VLT spectrometers pick up strange emissions: neon, argon, traces of nickel almost devoid of iron. Avi Loeb called it industrial nickel, the kind we only see in engineered alloys, not in random debris. The team in Chile confirmed the green glow is appearing without dicarbon. Normally, comets glow green because solar UV hits dicarbon molecules. Without dicarbon, the color shouldn't exist. But here it is, glowing in the sky, a physical impossibility. Hubble zoomed in on a central piece last night. At first, it looked like a typical comet nucleus, ice and dust. But zoomed frames show symmetry and sharp edges, almost geometric shapes under the swirling particles. Some shapes look like spirals, others like arcs and perfect circles. It's as if something is hiding under a skin of frozen gas and cosmic dust. As one amateur reviewer put it, the tail doesn't behave naturally. Why does it keep turning toward the sun? Why does it vanish and reappear, unlike any comet ever seen before? Information from spacecraft near Mars adds another layer. The Chinese Tianwen probe sent bursts of data, no conventional tail, just circular patterns orbiting the nucleus. It's as if the comet, or probe, is resisting solar radiation, responding not like a rock, but like an engineered craft. Then, early this morning, hires at Mauna Kea caught what looked like a directed jet, material shooting not away from the sun, as every comet does, but straight toward it. Half the expert community thinks this is debris from a breakup. The rest, including New Michio, suspect a coordinated release of probes. If it's a breakup, the pieces should drift slowly apart, trailing dust and losing speed. If it's an engineered packet, the fragments stay close, pulse together, and match orbits every few hours. That's what we're seeing here: the pulse, the cluster, the dance, and the green light. Suddenly, SETI goes dark. The search for extraterrestrial intelligence put their satellite feeds behind encrypted servers, updating techno-signature protocols the same day the new object was hit by a massive solar flare. The Global Space Defense Network ordered a new set of emergency workshops. Scientists from every major country were forced onto a conference call to share data, something that never happens this fast unless planetary risk is on the table. Flashes of directed energy keep appearing, from ultraviolet pulses to radio bursts that line up with the prime number sequences. Amateur radio astronomers catch a repeating binary signal every hour, always starting at 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, then pausing, then repeating again with higher numbers. Is it a natural sequence or a deliberate transmission? NASA has gone silent except for NASA intelligence oversight, now the public face for high-risk sky anomalies. With every new story, their press releases get shorter, their data drops smaller. Most of what we know right now comes from amateurs, orbital models, raw images, color enhancements. If that sounds familiar, it's because this is the exact pattern we watched with 3i Atlas. Data suppression, missing frames, weird signals, but no public explanations. The silence is deafening. The observer teams kick into high gear. November brings a mandatory workshop. December is Global Monitoring Month. Russia, China, the US, and ESA all commit to coordinated imaging over the next 6 weeks. Each team is supposed to standardize tracking and measurement, run planetary defense protocols, and test for any sign of intentional maneuvering. One Harvard researcher posts that the object is too light, too hollow, and moving too fast for ordinary interstellar debris. Hollow object theory is gaining steam. Maybe the thing is made of ultralight material, designed to survive the cosmic trip, but also to maneuver using energy we still don't understand. If the theories hold, we should see crazy water release patterns, sudden course changes, maybe even energy shielding. But nobody knows for sure. This is the climate of cosmic secrets, the push and pull of the unknown, the thrill of discovery. New Michio reports as the amateur community pushes, the agencies pull back, reluctant to release full data on the object. When high-res images do drop, most show nothing but fragments and green haze. The good stuff, the HD shots, the time-lapse of pulses and morphing tails, the kind that could answer the big questions, is still missing. As weeks pass, more fragments cluster around the new object. Some observers call them probes, others call them mini-comets, but each behaves unlike anything in standard comet families. Some release jets at perfect intervals, others drift and return, always maintaining tight orbits. The main nucleus glows ever brighter, unaffected by solar storms, maintaining its impossible green color. This is a classic moment in science. The way discovery moves by fits and starts, the stubborn resistance of agencies, the brilliance of the amateur community struggling to push the boundaries. Every time we get close to real answers, someone pulls the plug or the data feed goes offline. But the sky doesn't lie. People are watching. The story unfolds right in front of us. Seismic data from Earth's upper atmosphere starts pinging with new effects. When the object's green pulses arrive, spectrometers pick up faint traces in the ionosphere. Are these new particles, engineered molecules, or side effects of cosmic technology? Nobody knows, but every day brings new surprises. Now, Beyond Parallax is running live streams to track the global collaboration. Amateur astronomers, science influencers, and skeptical commentators all join in. The story hits trending on every major platform. New Michio welcoming viewers from everywhere. Stay tuned, keep watching, and remember, even when the story is shrouded in secrecy and the experts go silent, the community of sky watchers pushes forward. The green object beyond Uranus is changing everything we thought we knew. Maybe tonight we discover it's dozens of objects traveling together. Or maybe the truth is something wilder. Don't blink. Much more is coming. The days pass and the world's attention only grows. Every social feed and streaming platform is loaded with people asking, what is the Emerald Ghost? Why does it behave like it's alive? Journalists line up outside NASA's headquarters hoping for a briefing, but get silence. The Beyond Parallax channel soars in popularity, with new Michio breaking down each fresh anomaly in daily live streams. He tells us as the green light pulses from the object and the clusters shift positions, scientists begin to wonder if we're watching interstellar technology running in plain sight. It's no longer just comet watching. It's the biggest mystery of the decade. A series of urgent teleconferences takes place between European Space Agency, NASA, Roscosmos, and even private industry. The world's biggest telescopes set up a continuous handoff, tracking the object day and night to catch every flicker of movement and every spectral shift. But the object's behavior keeps getting stranger. What was 5 bright points yesterday is 6 tonight, a 7th by dawn. Each fragment dancing to its own rhythm, some drifting closer to the core, others peeling off then falling right back in line. Never before has a cosmic visitor been this unpredictable. Spectroscopy results pour in by the hour. The object is surrounded by a cloud of complex molecules, including rare isotopes and odd organic compounds. One reviewer from Harvard says the organic chemistry patterns mimic what life might generate around deep sea vents, places on Earth where life thrives in darkness off raw chemical energy. The theory gains steam that we might be watching more than a rock. Maybe this is biology in motion or some hybrid machine organism engineered for the void. Meanwhile, on Earth, every amateur astronomer and science podcaster turns detective. Drones equipped with sensors are sent up for atmospheric sampling. Reports surface from South America and the South Pacific of tiny green particles falling after each major pulse from the object. Data teams worldwide scramble to collect, catalog, and compare these specimens. Some late night viral shows call them interstellar pollen or seeds, joking that aliens are gardening. Others warn that planetary defense protocols now require tracking every new fragment. Then comes the biggest shock yet. The prime number signals return, but they change. Instead of 1, 2, 3, 5, 7 in binary, now it's a repeating loop, blending new symbols. Linguists, cryptographers, and mathematicians jump in. What seems random shifts into mirrored patterns and self correcting sequences. It hints at active feedback, as if the object is responding to the listening networks on Earth, deliberately shifting to beat our computational decoding. New Michio's latest report goes viral. He asks if this is a probe, who sent it? And even if it's not alive, is Earth now visible to any civilization watching this exchange? SETI and deep sky monitoring networks double down. Every receiver, from the Atacama Desert to Antarctica, is pointed up. Some detect faint return echoes, like the ghost of our own broadcast bouncing back off the interstellar object. Others find new frequencies just outside normal radio ranges, spiking in regular intervals as the core object pulses. Into January, as the object dips towards Saturn's orbit, Earth's governments finally release a joint communique. The message to the world is simple but chilling. The cosmic visitor remains unsolved. Do not panic, but science must advance as fast as the mystery. Schools hold viewing parties. Families gather around screens for prime time live tracking. The story is everywhere, as if the universe itself is staging a show no one can change the channel from. The science isn't slowing down either. More advanced labs announce plans to fire radar packets directly at the main object and at its fragments to see if they respond. As Earth's best and brightest watch, the comet cluster answers with another surge. This time, invisible lasers, beams so crisp that backyard stargazers with old webcams start sharing screenshots hours before professional observatories can react. The beams seem to target not just empty space, but precise sections of the outer solar system. Some vanish instantly, others linger for minutes, gradually fading in a cascade of color impossible to mimic with earthly tech. Theories abound. Is Nemesis mapping navigation points, transmitting to a network beyond our detection, or creating space-time ripples we haven't learned to read? As the weeks rush by, public excitement mixes equal parts wonder and anxiety. Forums fill with diagrams and speculative math. New Michio invites veteran astronauts, philosophers, kids, and engineers onto beyond parallax streams. It becomes a worldwide symposium, every voice weighing in, every perspective valued. The only thing more unpredictable than the object's motion is what happens when it finally leaves the sun's gravitational embrace. New Michio speculates that, just like Oumuamua, our visitor may shoot away in a direction no one can track, or linger in the inner solar system and shed dozens more fragments before fading to black. Whatever happens, humanity is now a participant in the universe's grand drama. And as the next solar flare streaks through space and the comet's ghostly fragments catch its light, the last message for today is simple. Do not stop looking up. The story isn't over. This is just the beginning. The suspense only grows as the green object's trajectory takes it further into the outer solar system. Suddenly, astronomers notice something new. A ripple of disturbances passes through the asteroid belt, tiny shifts in the motion of random space rocks, as if the object's passage is tugging on gravity itself. New Michio and the Beyond Parallax team broadcast a live breakdown, explaining how minute gravitational waves could signal propulsion methods unknown to human engineering. The chat explodes with speculation about warp drives, space folds, and invisible tethers. science teams publish daily updates. On January 25th, a burst of gamma rays coincides exactly with the cluster's maneuvers. The source remains unexplained, but satellite arrays from Brazil to South Africa detect synchronized pulses of light and radio along with those mysterious prime number sequences. What started as a comet hunt has transformed into a multi-layered mystery where every new event redefines what experts thought possible. Independent researchers unravel encrypted records from ESA leaks, finding references to quantum communication events and telemetry gaps caused by time dilation. Now the world's best physicists join the race, proposing models where the probe-like fragments use artificial mass fields to skip across space, changing position without burning fuel or following Newtonian limits. Beyond Parallax interviews specialists who think these signals represent an advanced version of the solar sail, but running on principles we haven't even begun to imagine. Meanwhile, the amateur network pushes further. A high school coder in India tracks pattern jumps in the object's emissions, matching spikes to solar flare cycles. Drones flying in the Arctic pick up faint echoes through the ionosphere. Spectrometers on the ISS catch fragments of unknown molecular signatures every time the central object pulses. Late-night discussion groups wonder if Earth itself is now a receiver in the greater cosmic network, processing signals like a giant antenna. Every day, as the cluster moves past Saturn, new Michio asks viewers to help model the ripple effects. Data from amateur skywatchers is incorporated into agency models, and the object's path morphs with every update. The community is alive, a playground of ideas where the line between professional and enthusiast no longer matters. Reports begin circulating from deep space probes from China and ESA's JUICE mission of faint flashes in the infrared and X-ray bands. A few images even show geometric halos, concentric circles perfectly nested, drifting in space. The story trends worldwide, spilling into everyday conversation. The question is no longer what is it, but what is it for? Are these signals a call to other visitors, a network activation, or an invitation for new science to be born? As February approaches, the green cluster alters speed and direction again, this time heading toward the Kuiper Belt, where thousands of frozen objects orbit in near darkness. Some scientists believe the fragments are collecting samples, mapping out a grid, maybe searching for partners in deep space. Others think they're leaving markers for future encounters, setting up a path for repeating missions, a cosmic breadcrumb trail. On Beyond Parallax, new Michio reflects on how science fiction is morphing into science fact right now, live for millions. The channel's followers pour in from 6 continents. Kids, grandmothers, astronauts, scientists, all debating, sharing, building new ideas in the endless human search for knowledge. At last, a major press conference. NASA releases a mosaic of images showing the main object fading into a swirl of green, blue, and silent white emptiness. The agency admits, we have never seen data like this before. ESA posts a video feed of the fading prime signal, looping for days and weeks, the last pulses echoing the same message: keep watching. As the Emerald Comet cluster slips into the night, the last lesson from new Michio is clear. The universe never hides secrets forever. Tonight, humanity's greatest adventure may be just beginning. Stay curious, keep exploring, and join us next time on Beyond Parallax, where every new mystery is a reason to dream bigger.